Hello everybody, you're listening to the Box Office Brawler. My name is Jackson, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Kill Bill Volume 2, starring Uma Thurman and David Carradine. This movie came out in 2004, a year after the first one. This is definitely a more grounded take on the movie series. The first one was definitely a little more ridiculous and out of this world action. This one is definitely more realistic and more drama based. I wouldn't know exactly how to classify the first one, but this one was definitely more dramatic with the characters and the unfolding of events that happen in this movie. And a lot of what takes in this movie is a lot of past. We see a lot of backstory to why Uma is the way that she is, how she became such a great swords master and martial artist. And we get to see a lot of Bill. We see a lot of Bill. We have been waiting for a lot of Bill action, a lot of Bill content, because we didn't get any Bill really in the first one. You get a lot of Bill in this movie. And I definitely have to say David Carradine, he doesn't disappoint. He performs very well. This is a very interesting character that is really cool, evil, and disgusting, and smart. He's brilliant. He's also he's a master swordsman himself, and he knows what he's doing, and he knows Uma very well, and he knows what she's thinking. So a lot of the time she's really battling internally against him and against just the chaos that is unfolding in this film. So it's definitely a different kind of movie. But we also see a sensitive side to the character too. We see the family man, we see the man that wants to be different, but that's mostly overshadowed by his evil. So yeah, you definitely hopefully you don't have very much to relate to with Bill here in this film. But like I said earlier, this is definitely more of a backstory. Most of the time when we see Uma in this movie, it's from the past. So we see her relationship with Bill, how they met, how they know each other. We see the wedding massacre unfold, and we get to understand these other characters that she still has to eliminate who are on her kill list. One of them is Bud. He's definitely a mess of a character, but very interesting and just a disgusting character. And then we see a little more backstory with the girl with the eye patch, and we get a pretty crazy fight scene between her and Uma. Something interesting about this movie also is that this isn't like this giant bloody festival of evil like the first one. There was so much blood in that first movie for whoever's actually seen the movie. Very bloody. Definitely exaggerated that very far. This one's not that case. It's a little bit. There's really only one gory scene in the whole movie that I can remember. I don't want to say it because it'll spoil it, but you don't really have to be wary of the gore in this one. So if you're wary of the gore, then I'd say skip the first one. It does give you a little bit of a rehash of the first one in the beginning of this film. But a lot of this is just classic storytelling, and it was a great final chapter of the two-film series. And I definitely recommend you watch this if you've seen the first one. And I would recommend you watch both of them because it's a succinct story of this poor woman getting vengeance upon these horrible people that ruined her life. And there's certainly a lot of surprises along the way, and you'll just be intrigued the whole time, because something that's nice about Tarantino's work is he takes this very seriously, and he cares about what the audience is thinking, and he knows that he treats the audience like we're not stupid, and that we actually have to think deeper to understand what's going on in this movie. Nowadays in Hollywood, we see all these dull, cookie cutter movies, and they're not challenging our minds at all. We see what we see, and that's all that there is to it. But every scene that he films in these movies has meaning, and they all build upon each other, and they all intertwine and connect. It's like a puzzle. And he's just slowly putting all the pieces together, and we as the audience are engaged because we want to figure out what all this means, and we come back and we want to watch it again and again and again, which I probably will end up doing because it's an intriguing film. So I would recommend you see this. Definitely some really good characters in this movie that we didn't see in the first one. As I said, Bill's a great character. There's also Bud. He's a great character. The Master is certainly an interesting character. A lot of these characters are really bad, horrible role models. I don't think anybody in these movies you should try to model after. I don't think any of them really. But there's just a lot of surprises that keep us guessing and keep us interested in knowing what's going to happen next. And I think that's enticing, and that's what we want to see in these films. So I would recommend you see this movie. I give it a 9 out of 10, 90%, because it was a wild ride, and I enjoyed riding it. So I'm probably going to be watching some more Tarantino films after this one. As for advisable content, I would say this one is a little more clean than the last one. I think there's one scene, I didn't see it, but I heard about it, that there's like a strip club scene, so you gotta watch out for that. But otherwise, it's not really gory. There's only one little gore scene, but it's pretty brief, and it's just an interesting movie. So why don't you check it out? Let me know if you see it, what you think of it, and I hope my review is swaying your motion to watch the movie or not. You know what? Whatever, it's no big deal. Thank you for watching the Box Office Brawler. My name is Jackson. Let me know if you watched the movie. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or just texting me or whatever. But make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see the next episode, because I think I'm going to be producing these quite often, because I have a lot of movies I want to share with people that a lot of people don't know about. And this one was definitely one of them. I think a lot of us think about Kill Bill. We've seen the pictures. We've seen the images of Uma in that yellow outfit with a bloody sword. And I think a lot of us have been intrigued by that and just been curious. So I finally watched it, and I recommend you see them. So be sure to check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.